Hello NinBuzz, how are you guys doing today? My name is Shadow of Resho Gaming and welcome back to the new community choice. Last week I asked you guys what your favorite Nintendo racing series was. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the top 5 results. Coming in at number 5 with only 4% of the votes, we have Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing was a racing game made by Rareware and of course is about Diddy Kong, since it's named after Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong Racing was interesting in that it actually had a story mode for a racing game, which is kind of rare for racing games. You don't really see a lot of those type of games that have a story implemented into it. Also, gameplay wise, they do some unique aspects to it, to where you can actually race on land, air, and sea. They also had some very amazing characters that you could choose from. Of course, they had Diddy Kong, but they also had characters like Banjo and Kazooie and Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day, which was their first official release in a game before their official games. Diddy Kong Racing is definitely a very cool and unique game, and I kind of wish there'd be a sequel to it, but I guess we'll just have to do with the remake on the DS for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the number 4 spot. Coming in with only 6% of the votes, just barely beating out Diddy Kong's Racing, we have the Excite series. Now most people know the Excite series as just Excitebike, but there's actually a whole lot of different games in the Excite series. You have Excitebike, you have Excitebike 64, you have Excite Trucks, and there's Excitebike World Rally. Holy crap, there's a lot for this game, and they kind of got just pushed under the rug. You don't really hear a lot about these games, but they're really cool and amazing. Let's go ahead and look at the Excitebike portion of this series though. In all of the Excitebike games, you're on a motorbike and you're trying to get over hills and different obstacles along the way while trying to win a race. Then you have Excite Trucks and Excite Bots, which are fairly different than the other ones. They actually have a lot of different courses and racetracks that you can choose from, and they're more about damage and getting points than the other games. In Excite Trucks, the main goal is to just get a lot of points from doing drifts and jumps and a whole lot of different other activities. While getting to the finish line is important, as you do get more points for the placings that you finish. However, you can get last place and still be able to win first if you know what you're doing. I wish the series would get more attention than it does, because it definitely deserves it. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the number 3 spot. Coming in at 15% of the votes, we have the F-Zero series. F-Zero is a sweet high-speed racing game starring the one and only Captain Falcon. While the courses themselves remain pretty simple, you are going at pretty much supersonic speeds against up to 30 different racers. So that in and of itself is a warm welcome. Usually you don't see that many racers in a game, but having that many makes it a very interesting twist. It really stinks that we haven't seen another F-Zero game for quite a long time, but here's hoping out that we might see one in the near future. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the number 2 spot. Coming up at 31% of the votes, taking quite a big leap, we have Kirby's Air Ride. Of course, we all know why it's so good, because of City Trial. That's really the only mode that matters in the game. But because I'm so nice, I'll go over the other 2 modes first, just to get it out of the way. Of course, you have Air Ride, which is your standard racing games. You have a lot of different abilities that you can use throughout the course, and you just get to the end. It's pretty simple. Then you have Top Ride, which is horrible. Don't ever play it. It sucks. Instead of a normal race where you see the character from behind, you see everything from a top-down perspective. For me, at least, it's a little bit jarring. I'm not the best at it. I actually do terrible, but you know, if some people like it, good for you. And then moving on to everyone's favorite section, you have City Trial. You're going around to town getting different attributes to build your car up to make it stronger, as well as trying to complete different activities that go on around in the town while you're getting those attributes. All in all though, I would definitely recommend buying Kirby's Air Ride just for City Trial. It's that good. But apparently not good enough to beat the number 1 spot, just barely. Coming in at 44% of the votes, we have Mario Kart. Now this was fairly expected. I knew this was gonna happen. I wasn't surprised at all. It's Mario Kart. How much do you need me to say about Mario Kart? You're going around really wacky courses, you get items, you try and kill your friends, make them hate you, and then you win. Or you lose, depending on if you were that friend that lost because you hate your other friend now. And if you haven't played any of the Mario Kart games, the big 4 that I would recommend to you would be Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Mario Kart 8. All 4 of those games are very different in terms of their gameplay style. It's just fun. Like go play Mario Kart. Why are you still listening to me talking about Mario Kart when you could be playing Mario Kart? Just go play Mario Kart. Okay? Like I'm fine. I won't be offended. well, there you have it. There is your top 5 Nintendo racing games. So let's go ahead and move on to next week's question. For this question, I'm going to be asking you guys about an upcoming game and which side you would like to be on. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, I am talking about Fire Emblem Fates. Are you going to mainly side with Hoshido, or are you going to mainly side with the Nor clan? To give you a little bit of a backstory with these two kingdoms without spoiling everything, is that you, the player character, were born in the Hoshido family, but you were raised as a Nor child. So in the game, you have a choice to side with either one of those kingdoms and follow that path. Siding with Hoshido, you will be trying to defend your kingdom against the Nor tribe, and siding with Nor has you starting a revolution within its own kingdom. So both paths have 2 different stories with 2 very different outcomes. So go ahead and leave in the comments below which kingdom you are mainly going to support in the game. While you're doing that, make sure to leave a like in this video if you had a fun time with me today, and subscribe to NinBuzz if you have not already. Also, I'm doing some fun stuff on my channel. Go check it out if you haven't already, because, I mean, you should. But that's really all I have to tell you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and remember to stay beautiful.